He's tied for the lead with 14 for Speedy over on mousesports. Between the two of them right now, they're dead even. But Kenny, yeah, we saw some flashy plays from him at the end. It wasn't enough to be able to, just get Team EnVyUs ahead in the lead. Instead, mousesports finished the half with 8 rounds to their name on the CT side, and they're going to go into that T side.
Yeah, but I think more importantly, Kenny was so good at opening that A bomb side. Just walking round for round and getting kills. And if you can do on the T side, that is so important. You're playing 15 rounds. And Kenny's got, what, 14 kills? So I don't know, not all of them were opening frags, but quite a few of them were. So, if you can help, if even 7 of those kills are opening kills in the A-bomb side, that's all you need to do. Your team doesn't need anything else.
It's between him and Apex, right? Between him and Apex at the beginning of that half when they really started to get control and they were definitely stumbling mousesports. It was Apex showing up, getting kills, or it was Kenny. That's when really EnVyUs, Devil's job, calling the strats, it gets easy if your entry fraggers are doing their jobs. And so now we'll see how they fare on the CT side for Envy because they've swapped off into the second half.
Oh god, 3 Molotovs on mousesports. I have a feeling that we're about to see some ridiculously elaborate plan coming out of the mousesports team here. I'm actually really nervous about what's going on here. It's been theorized for a while, and I think I've talked it a couple of times. I've talked about it in various videos. This idea that you could sort of keep a perpetual fire burning with Molotovs, just sort of sequence them in on the bomb when it's planted. That's been talked about a couple of times. But the problem is, first of all, one smoke could ruin it. Now, Envy don't have one, if you'll notice, but if you make even one mistake, it could go horribly wrong.
Do we live in that world, Anders?
I think we might. I think we might see that, especially if they put this down right. Smokes are raining in now. They're going to try and see if they can make it out. Devil actually holding out here, and it seems like the bomb will maybe be heading back to the B bomb side. So this is all one big fake. They got 2 Molotovs still left, and Devil going to be going down. Nico, his team needs him. They need to do a lot more right now, and he picks up an opening frag here, so that's a good start. Happy is still on the bomb side, and everyone from Envy has already rotated in the bomb. Is it going to go down? They need it right now, and Chris, he stops it to the Molotovs. They're going to be worthless right now. No bomb plant, and Happy and Apex picking up a kill each. Now it's a 1-on-3 though, and Apex is going to be alone, trying to look for the USP shots here. 5 bullets left right now, hasn't reloaded, and finally that bomb plant is going to happen, and Apex is screwed.
Basically, he's stuck. He doesn't have a kit, so he has to find 3 kills on the B side instantly, and they've already got the high ground advantage. It's, of course, not going to happen. So that's a pistol round going for mousesports. That's both pistol rounds so far on this map going for mousesports. And so we'll see if they're going to be able to just kind of crush through here at the beginning on the T side, maintain their cool. It all kind of just spins out of control for Envy, unfortunately. Even if it looked like there was like a glimmer of hope when Chris J pulls off the bomb plant when Happy runs him. The problem is that MBK got killed over at Connector, so Happy just had to stay alive forever, basically, for EnVyUs to have a chance in there, because otherwise you have everybody from mousesports, they're just going to collapse back onto the site and take it over, which is exactly what happened. So yeah, it never really, once Devil dies in that scenario, I'm just thinking, well, mousesports should definitely have this under control at this point, because it's all about the rotation in, and mousesports should be able to control that.
I feel like it's a bit of a shame. They had that great plan, sort of unfolding, and they never even got to execute it.
Are you sure that that's what they had in mind, do you think?
I mean, at least they wanted to sort of firebomb the bomb from up, right? They only had 2 Molotovs at the end, but you can still keep it going for a long time. I mean, that's actually a ridiculous amount of time that's burned off the bomb if you do that, right?
It would be absolutely hilarious. Really, really funny.
Yeah, it would be, and I think there are a lot of maps actually where it's perfectly possible, but again, the problem becomes what happens if they have a smoke. Then it doesn't really matter how many Molotovs you throw onto that smoke. You're not really going to be doing anything. Classic wall of smokes going down. Apex with a strong start taking out Nyx as 3 members of mousesports are making their way down Ivy.
Now the paint train is arriving at the station, and as I say that, MBK is lining him up. Going for the shoulder peaks with the Deagle. He'll whittle down Speedy and get the kill there. We're still into a 3-on-3. Chris and Dennis both very low on HP, however, and that bomb control. EnVyUs can keep just challenging because it's out in the open. Now Dennis is down to 6 HP. It's not looking good here for mousesports. They've actually walked into a bit of a trap, and all of it started off with Apex getting a brilliant headshot on the scout at the beginning. Devil finds Nico, and that's it.
Yeah, and honestly, Nico was very slow to get out of main anyway. He was the only one with 100 HP when he started that, and he needed to hit that shot. I really don't like criticizing Nico, but
hey.
Well, especially not because we've been on this best player in the world train for a little bit now. this is yeah, round is obviously over. There's no time left, so that's just going to be it. Envy with a good defense, and mousesports with some weird timing.
It just weighs on you, right? I mean, Nico's even spoken about this in interviews done in the past. I believe it was the one that he had with Thorin over at E-League, where he was just like, you know, sometimes it is a problem that I try and do too much because I'm thinking, okay, all of this is going to come down to me. Now it's up to me, and I have to go out, and he takes too many risks because of that. He tries to force things when he needs to actually just be counting on his teammates to get the job done. Bit of a tough scenario for Nico if you, I mean, you have to think about it, and in his opinion as well, he's just like, actually, that can hurt sometimes more than help when I try and actually, you know, do that. And it might weigh in those sorts of scenarios where that's what's just, you know, screwing into his mind, where it's just like, okay, I gotta hit the shot, and he just isn't able to do it.
Yeah, and in this case, I would say he was maybe being a little bit too cautious, you know. I do kind of prefer the old carry Nico, you know, just bring that back, and maybe it backfires sometimes, but I think, yeah, I think they need it right now. Like they need him to get a, you know, double kill per round more or less here. He's still at 8, 5 on next, but that's where the scoreboard ends at the bottom. Then it's 13 for Dennis, 14 for Chris, 15 for Speedy. So yeah, something needs to happen here. Well, Devil down on the site with Happy as well, so 2 men on the bomb site, and mousesports, they have some firepower behind this. They're not completely without equipment, but oh, that grenade right as they run out, so they actually dodge it entirely, and the timing could be better. Oh, Chris falls to his death with the assistance of Happy. Dennis picking up a double kill, and that's going to be a 4-on-3.
Well, this works out perfectly for mousesports. The timing impeccable. Kenny, long range, will find Nico stepping out into the open, so that's not going to be a feel-good moment there for Nico. He is out of it. Kenny picks off Spinny as well. That bomb, it's out in the open beneath the spools, and he's not going to be able to get to it for free. It comes down to this, well, it comes down to the kills, and Apex is going to win his duel versus Next, and it's all on Dennis, and Apex sees him coming from a mile away. Now it falls apart for mousesports. How do they bounce back from this? A 1v2 clutch scenario now for Dennis, and he's got 20 seconds to make it happen.
This is very nearly impossible, and Kenny, 3rd kill of that round for him. Mousesports, so much of that round comes down to the fact that they couldn't get the bomb down, because this is such a good start for them. In spite of Chris hilariously falling to his death, this still is really good, but that bomb being dropped sort of on the right-hand side of the bomb site, that causes a lot of issues for the mousesports team. Now we're tied up 9 versus 9.
So it looked like both players who survived the drop with Chris actually charged forward and just kind of neglected to realize that the bomb was beneath spools. So they charged forward and then realized, wait, we're missing something. They have to go back, and obviously Envy, they've rotated in by then. So it's that kind of hiccup that's going to cost mousesports here. They cannot allow EnVyUs to start picking up steam. NBK with the peek at Alley, going to spot out Dennis, a little bit of an HE to greet him, but Apex will end his pain and his suffering before then. Finds the headshot. NBK will take out Next instead. This is just a standard anti-eco sort of scenario here for mousesports. They put 3 at Alley, hoping to be able to sneak the bomb onto the site. It's just not meant to be. Apex reigns supreme. 3 kills for him. And Nico not able to take on Devil. It was with the Glock though, so I mean, versus an M4.
Yeah, what can you expect?
Right?
Well, Envy gonna take the round lead here again, now at 10-9, and there is money on mousesports, so we will see a buy here out of them. They don't have the same luxury that Envy did with Kenny opening up the rounds with the AWP. They can't afford that yet, so they're gonna have to go all AKs with it here. The single Molotov being picked up, and we'll see if mousesports can have an impact on the round here. I feel like if Envy win even 2 more rounds, then their economy will so much better. I think now is kind of the time for mousesports to really do something, especially Nico. It is a time. Kenny will reply immediately, taking down 1, and MBK's there for the shot as well. And mousesports slowing down the push a lot, and that buys time for the rest of Envy to show up, and that's something they just can't afford. You see Devil picking up 2 kills, leaving Nex alone.
And wondering what the hell what went wrong. This was supposed to be an execute. We got the entry kill immediately on Apex to start. This is when we were supposed to be all fired up and ready to go, but Devil, NBK, and Kenny, I mean, basically Devil with that very quick flank coming over from me into Pop Dog. He sprayed down 3, well, sprayed down 2, got the last kill there on Next, but it's between Kenny and Apex. Instant reaction from them. They just realize instantly when Apex is getting run down, we have to step in. They get the 2 kills necessary to slow things down on mousesports.
Yeah, but it's so confusing because mousesports do put up all the necessary smokes for that A execute, and they even get the entry in the yard. So that's where you know, all right, fine. At the very least, we'll have a bomb plant here, and we'll try and defend it. But instead, once that happens, they just all stop. They just stop running anywhere, and that's really confusing. I mean, Kenny did admittedly sort of instantly get the refrag, but still, you have the smokes in place to put the bomb down. There's just, it seems like there's a lot of indecision on the team right now.
And that's probably what Casada is just talking about right now. You see the hand motions right now, you know, it's just like... I don't know, I was kind of thinking, you know, lewd, you know, it's just like, because you had him like this, right? No.
I mean, it's just Serbian for, I will beat you up if you don't actually start moving.
That's what YNK is definitely thinking, you know, that's his pep talk.
Yeah.
Rip off their arms and beat them to death with them.
I mean, that's motivational, isn't it?
Kenny is a superhuman, but I don't know if the rest of them can manage that.
I don't think this is you know, a game where, you know, trying to sort of sweet talk your teammates into doing better does not always work. Sometimes you just gotta get a bit rougher than that, I feel like. Currently, top ranking on the server is actually Kenny, which is very good news for Envy. I mean, we've been saying this for a while, and it made sense to me initially when Apex and Kenny joined this team that they weren't going to be the sort of the stars of the team, just to try and relax and try and slowly fit into the team. But I feel like you can only keep a resource like Kenny bottled up for so long. Eventually, you sort of have to create some space for him. And if that's what they're doing here, and if he's hitting shots like he is right now, it would be interesting to see what happens if Envy make it through to the playoffs and start playing in best of threes against some of the high-level teams, because it seemed like Envy haven't been able to compete against anybody recently. But you know, last couple of weeks actually, it's been on the incline for them, I feel like.
It has been, and that's like basically a long-term plan, because a couple of months ago, basically, when they had a bit of a quiet period, they decided to just revamp their game entirely, right? And so it's all about, you know, the slower style that we've been seeing from them so far on their T side, right? Trying to change it up, trying to get a little bit more of a tactical approach to complement the ultra aggression that we see here from Happy to begin with. You know, peeking at the brown halls, that's something that we expect to see from Envy. But EnVyUs have basically spent a lot of time trying to look at their game and figure out what can we do differently to be effective again. So getting into the playoffs, there's a start. Now we have to look at them, you know, actually winning a major again, because the core of this team actually had 2 major titles, just to remind you.
Caught in a really awkward position there, and he had almost nowhere to go. There were so many Molotovs raining in, but oh no! It's a barbecue going on at the B-bomb site next, and Dan is immediately out Happy trying to stop this bomb from being planted, but Chris will succeed in doing that much, and Speedy, nothing he can do here. Just gets trucked by Kenny running in with that 5-7, but still, pretty good job there. I mean, that wasn't a full commitment to the round from mousesports. They got a couple of kills and put the bomb down. I think that's a success by anybody's standard.
Absolutely. Look at their money. You know, they're all floating around 6K. That's exactly what they're aiming for. They didn't win, but I mean, they didn't win the round, but it was a small win. Now they have the money. They have the options. They could have gone for a double AWP if they want between Nico and Chris. Nico instead going to go for that AK. Chris just the anchor offer, and we've seen some variety from Chris in the past. He's not one of those offers who really just, you know, decides I'm going to only always ever take it here, right? Which we've seen from some offers who fall into patterns. Chris, he's a little bit more versatile. This is actually one of his preferred setups. What they're going to do is put 3 guys over by alley and have one of them jump across the alley opening to allow Chris to get the angle. So in case Kenny is over there, which he is, sitting there holding the angle, boom, they can set up. MBK, though, going to go ahead and just wreck everything I've said by finding the opening kill on Nico to begin with already. So there you go. Now EnVyUs, they actually have the opening kill before that mousesports play can even happen.
Yeah, and that puts them in a strange position once again. Decent grenade put out by Kenny. A little bit of return on investment there. And somehow mousesports have to get back into the round here. Flashbang out, and Chris is there to pick up that kill. So that's a nice return. I think they might definitely prefer that mousesports.
Yeah, that's solid work from Chris. A little bit longer, you know, in the making. but they eventually do just bottle in Kenny. The problem is for mousesports right now is that they've completely lost any kind of control they had over towards B. Brown Hall's Devil and Happy just chilling up there. They've got full control of it. They've got eyes up towards Pop Dog as well. That's where Devil is setting up. Now he's even going to go for the bait smoke, where he's going to make it look like, hey, I'm hanging out on the site. So he's hoping to pull a fast one on mousesports right now, catch somebody out for free. He seems to be favoring these one and done sort of situations. Devil, though, just like in the pistol, where it's just like, I got 1 kill, he shouldn't get 2, and he doesn't even get the 1. So definitely not as good as it could have been there for Devil.
Now, are they going to realize that Happy is up here and also MBK down this? It's going to be a little bit tricky right now. The bomb, though, is quite far away, making its over to the A bomb site. So Dennis is just going to have to buy time and stay alive, and he looks like he's doing a pretty good job right now. Finally, Happy comes in with the kill, but the bomb is down, and it's a 3-on-3, and the rotation time now is a little bit long for especially Happy trying to get in here. So MBK already fighting a bit out in the yard, and they have no Molotovs left on the T side. Good shot from Cristo to pick up a 3rd kill coming in on MBK, which is going to leave Happy. What can he do right now? He's got a kit, but he's almost out of time right now, so may have to just run away eventually.
Just some sick on-fly play coming in here from mousesports. Happy, there really isn't a whole lot that he can hope to do. He drops Next down to 2 HP, but that was through the smoke. He has no idea that Next was low, so he won't be able to stick it, and Speedy will find the kill on Happy in the end. So mousesports survive a key round, 10-12. This is MBK. Oh, it was the wallbang shot on Nico at the beginning. That is infuriating.
But you know what? I think we could probably find a couple of 100 GIFs that would explain exactly what Nico felt like right there. You know, Nico's own GIFs where he sort of looks into the ceiling and thinks, my God.
We've had a few compilations.
There's been quite a few already.
I want to see more of that, though, right? Because it's so standard for a lot of these default setups on T-side to just put 2 guys over towards Brown Halls like that. So more wall bangs, please, right? I bet you you'll get a result like that more often than not.
Well, we'll see. Kenny back here by the train, and it looked like it was going to be a bit aggressive for mousesports, but as soon as they see that smoke, they get a little bit anxious and wonder if anyone's hiding inside it. Not this time, though. And Devil and Happy on the site. Now, mousesports, they do finally win a round. They have to keep going here. They need to put Envy back on a Nico if they want any chance of getting back in the game.
This is a bit of a tough spot, though, right now for mousesports, because they used a lot of their utility to set up that fake towards B. They put all their nades out onto A, right? Made it look like it was going to be a full execute, and then did not go through with it, didn't follow through, so now they're limited on their nades. They still have the 3 Molotovs, so they could do that unlimited Molotov chain. But more importantly, they only have the 1 smoke, so we'll see where Speedy decides to use that. He's currently making his way towards upper, so they're just hoping to just cascade out onto the site. Flash coming in, that's the anti-flash from Devil, just buying a little bit more time. 45 seconds left here for mousesports, though, and they are going to commit to this B site. Now there's no more time for them to mess around. They have to just kind of run out here and get the job done.
Yeah, and this might actually work out because Happy and Devil can both focus on upper, and there's no one going to be able to take down Happy. But because of an instant kill, Dennis, what a fantastic opening. Shutting down Happy, and he was only going to be effective as long as Devil was still alive. So it actually was a great setup for Envy. They just couldn't count on the fact that Dennis was going to be such a monster. Now Apex down in the smoke, and he was never going to make it out either. Kenny and MBK, it is time to run away. No point in fighting, and Nico lurking in from behind. MBK gonna go and fight him, and Nico picking up a kill. This is gonna feel pretty good for him right now. I feel like anything that Nico can get on the board is gonna probably help him personally to start feeling a little bit better.
You sounded a bit surprised there, actually, Anders. You know, like,
yeah,
Nico got a kill. What? I haven't really been saying his name too much this game, though, so I mean, I don't blame you.
It really hasn't been his game. And we can make some excuses for the fact that he was playing in the big bomb side and all that stuff, but still, there's been some missteps, I would say.
I just feel like Happy, that sort of scenario is just really frustrating because it's kind of like the kid caught with his hand in the cookie jar, right? Because he's like, I can grab 1 cookie, but can I get more cookies, right? And so he's in there, and then Dennis actually just, you know, drops the lid of the cookie jar on his hand, like severs his hand off at the wrist, and unfortunately he has to grow up, you know, minus a hand. That got dark, but my point is, Happy tried to go for a gamble. He tried to get more cookies. Unfortunately, it just didn't pan out this time.
I get what you're saying. I think the metaphor broke down at some point, but, but I follow the train of logic here. Yeah, so, I mean, the issue you have if you're trying to put 3 or 4 members out from upper on the B bomb side is that you can't just all walk out. You sort of, at least some of the members have to sort of like slide down and just run down the ladder, right? So if you've got the setup that Devil and Happy did, you're actually in a great position to just entirely crush them. You've got 2 rifles trained up there, and you should be able to get a lot of kills. I think that works almost all of the time, except for when Devil gets headshot immediately, so that's gotta be a bit annoying. We do have a tactical timeout, I'm assuming, here.
I'm seeing a lot of typing between NBK and Kenny right now. So, not a whole lot of talking going on between these guys. That's probably Apex and Devil. Apex usually one of the more talkative guys. NBK usually saves his Friday Night Lights speech for, you know, a tactical timeout like this or the halftime. So, I'm a little bit surprised to see him talking or typing just so much with Kenny, because in general, NBK spends this time kind of shouting at his teammates.
Talking, I found a big flaw in EnVyUs' approach to this game. I can instantly think of a way to optimize their communication by quite a lot of percent.
Use the mic?
Good 300-400% maybe. Yeah. I think that's the way forward. I'm not gonna lie. It is a new technology. Microphones haven't been around for that long, but even if new things are scary, I feel like they should make that adjustment.
Oh man. I mean, right now, I'm definitely seeing a world in which mousesports could kind of run this back, because EnVyUs are definitely on the limit as far as the money is concerned. Kenny, he's saved that AWP, obviously he did, but now he actually dropped an FMOS for Happy, so it looks like they might try and go for some OG EnVyUs style play here. They might go for a force.
Can I try and be the ultimate Nico apologist here?
Jesus.
I do kind of want to do that. I feel like I have to.
All right, what do you got? What do you got? Hit me.
I'm wondering if what we're seeing is because you got a sort of a rare version of mousesports coming out here, where it's Dennis, Chris, and Speedy doing most of the fragging, and next I feel like we've all given up on this point. So Nico, though, wow, he might be doing I think a lot of the. I mean, he's already doing the in-game leading, right? But he might be doing a lot of the calling and trying to sort of, you know, communicate with Kassad to try and figure out how do we break this. And there are some in-game leaders, and this happens, I think, to a number of different people. If they end up spending all of their sort of resources on doing that, that detracts from their ability to get a bunch of kills in the game. So I just want to say that is a scenario. But again, that might just be me making up excuses on behalf of Nico.
It might be, especially because these days we seem to, well, in one case, yes, you have Fallen and Zeus. They work as a duo, right? But Fallen is definitely calling the shots, and yet that guy regularly just, you know, crushes people's souls, right? Their dreams, their hopes. He doesn't care. He's merciless, ruthless, just a monster. But then you have Starks, and then he doesn't really have an in-game leader. But Navi are the other team to me that just feel like, right, they're all monsters, but they're in-game leaders outside of the game. So obviously he doesn't care about frags. He only cares about calls. So you have like 2 models that are working right now, but those are kind of like the peak, right, at the very top of the food chain. And then you've got mousesports, where I guess, yeah, you just kind of have to expect Nico to give you a superhuman performance every map. Gonna be tough to do, though.
Well, we'll see how it works out. Good flashbang in on Kenny. Are they gonna expect NBK to be able to follow it up? They're still right on that corner. And a bit scary here. Envy only have the AWP, but it's not just the rifle, it's also who carries it. So they can't be too sure right now. mousesports, if they lose this round to Envy, that would be a real tragedy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, of catastrophic proportions. Like, it would not be allowed. You are not allowed to lose this round, mousesports, at this point. If you are mousesports, this is your golden opportunity to crush EnVyUs into the ground. Take control of this map. So 11 to 12, mousesports trail, but it's up to Kenny. Kenny's been hitting his shots, though. Devil, again, as we go to him now, he's got that Deagle. Not the best gun to have up close. I'm not a big fan of that, but he's trying to, once again, put some pressure on Brown Hall, so we'll see if there's any action over there. As mousesports once again set up for that smoke execute onto A. Kenny, he's got the angle, and he misses the shot. He misses the shot that would have opened it all up. That would have just completely halted mousesports. Instead, now he has to fall back, and he's only got 12 HP to work with.
Right, that definitely should have been at least an opening frag there. So a little bit confusing and maybe a little bit disappointing to Apex here, trying to see if he can connect on someone. They've done a lot of damage to 3 of the members of mousesports, but they haven't been able to find a kill yet. So I think right now, just maybe leave this bomb site alone, Kenny, and go. And I would even want Happy to fall back just to try and make sure they can save the AWP for later on. Just no risks taken. Happy, though, really wants to see if he could maybe force someone to go up with a bomb, I think.
I mean, 3 of them are low, right? They've taken some damage, but mousesports now, they should be realizing, right, we saw Happy, we know that Kenny was at back lines, we can go right out through A main towards despawn, and everybody will be hunky-dory. They'll be, you know, good time, they can give each other a group hug, they can start thinking about what they're going to do when EnVy have the money to go for a buy again. Which shouldn't be long, because this wasn't a round of eco. Yeah, no hesitation whatsoever. EnVy, they take the round of eco, and now they go straight into the buy. Kenny going to be able to drop a rifle. Actually, whoa, Kenny drops an AWP.
Yes, so I mean, mousesports did it when they were on the CT side. Why not have EnVy do it as well? So Happy picking up the other one, and we're tied at 12-12.
That to me, though, like Happy doesn't. It's been a long time since I've considered Happy to be like a top tier opper, though. You know, like even close to a top tier opper. So other teams, Cold Zero Fallen, right? You know, you think they definitely have that in their playbook. Guardian seized. EnVyUs, it always seems like you have to give that op to Kenny, but then the second opper, NBK, Happy, is just a little off, right? They don't really have that go-to, right, where you think he's going to be just as effective.
Yeah, but I mean, during Unique, he was actually hitting some pretty good shots with it. So you know, it's not, I wouldn't say it's consistent, but throughout that week, he was doing all right with it. So maybe that's just what they're thinking about. And they have to find a way to sort of change that B defense, it seems, right? So now they've got Devil playing close with Happy in the back lines, a little bit of a trick setup going on over there. In fact, it seems like it's going to be on the A side of the map, though. Nico moving out through Pop Dog and actually through the smoke. He's sneaking in. This is some tricky play coming out of the Bosnian superstar. He's trying to see if he could maybe lurk even further. I think they haven't any idea that he's there. And Nico's got his line side. Nico! How does he not get a kill? He almost took down both of them. Nex is there to try and follow it up, but that's ridiculous. You couldn't get a better opening than that, it seems like. And now Happy gonna try and fall back, and somehow it all works out. But
I'm going to go ahead and venture forth something here, an idea. Tell me if I'm off on this. But Nico, it's all right that he didn't get the 2 kills because it just completely freaked EnVyUs out so hard that it was total chaos. They had no idea what was going on at that point. And the rest of his teammates were able to capitalize on that distraction and lock down the round, right? Nico didn't get any kills, but he was still instrumental.
I mean, it was definitely very impressive, but you know, you obviously won the kills at the end of the day. I just can't even believe it. I think the fact is everyone ends up having one of these days where nothing works, right? The problem is you don't want that day to be at a major. That's the problem, right?
Or at a best of 1 with your major life on the line.
So a little bit terrifying right now. 13-12 though, and the fact is mousesports have won 4 rounds in a row, and EnVy have almost no economy going for them. Again, to reiterate, the loser is out of the tournament. This is a critical game for both teams. Right now, Happy sneaking over at the B side. Devil and Apex are also over there, so they've got a slight stack going on with Devil actually with a flashbang. I'm wondering if he's going to try and flash over the wall. I think he... Oh, no. He could probably flash over the wall to try and see if he can help out with that peek, but they're just going to be walking up instead. And Dennis, though, is ultimately there to cover it on the other side. So they're still in a good position, mousesports.
Yeah, this is actually some good thorough play here, because it could be setting up, but they are just... They know that EnVyUs, they're one of those teams that can just go wild, try and throw a haymaker out of nowhere and go for some ultra aggression, right? Instead. And so mousesports, they sit all the way back in T-spawn. They're like, right, we'll be really far back, so we have the advantage with the rifles. They're going to have the pistols. They may be trying to run at us with P250s. If I've got an AK, I should win that fight. And that's what they're thinking. And so Nico catches Apex out. Not sure if he spotted an extra man through. It seems like he did, though, because he is kind of worried about that angle. But this should set it up now for mousesports to start collapsing onto that A site. They have the 3 guys over towards Alley once again.
Yes, and I don't see NBK being able to stop this right here. He's got the Deagle close range. Kenny's walking out of the other side, so a crossfire of Deagles would be kind of a miracle if they can make that work. That's shot Deagle, and actually taking a while to react. Great double kill. NBK coming in with that, but Devil getting caught at the wrong time by Nex, which will leave Happy.
And well, what can Happy really hope to do here? Bomb gets planted. He's got plenty of time to maneuver with. And he seems to have tried to sell them on the idea that he's going to be coming backwards through the halls, because you already have Nico kind of lurking his way out to T-spawn. But with the shotgun, if he can pick up a kill with the shotgun, that could work. You could do something with that.
Maybe get a bit more money in the back. That is not going to happen. And now mousesports are getting dangerously close to a win here. 14-12. Finally, Envy can buy again. They do pick up the 1A WP, and I think Happy's sort of contemplating, should there be a second one too? Still hasn't bought. There it is, so he does pick it up. I was wondering if that was going to be the case. They didn't really get a chance to use the setup anyway last time, because what they had in the previous double up setup is they had Devil playing on the ladder, and then they had Happy really far back, so they had sort of a bit of a weird trick going on. This time it's early with 4 men in A, and we'll see if they are going to end up falling back. A lot of flashes actually going out right now, a lot of smokes too, but no one pushing. Nico may be setting up to do it, but the rest of mousesports, oh, they are going to be down the ladder, in fact, quite quickly. How are they going to run straight through? Actually, no time wasted here. mousesports, they can sense a bit of weakness, and they're going to go for the kill. A quick trade going in. Next also falling speedy. Comes in with a kill on Devil. Kenny gets taken out, and that's Nico with the spray. He picks up a second kill. Been a long time since he's had any double kills, it seems, in this game, and that leaves it all on Happy. 1 versus 3. And the bomb is not planted yet, but how does Happy save this round for Envy?
I don't know if it's Kassad calling this or if it's Nico calling this play, but whoever it is, he deserves a kiss right now, because this is some long-term planning coming into play to put mousesports on match point versus EnVyUs. They've run this strat several times now, and always with a little variation. Either you go through A, they've thrown the A smokes and gone towards B a couple times, and so EnVyUs immediately, they have the 4 players on A at the beginning of the round with Happy holding in Link, but as soon as they see those smokes go down, doubt starts to set in. They're like, okay, we're not actually sure if they're going to commit to A, and so Happy has to rotate back over towards B to back Devil up. That weakens the A defense, and that opens it up. It's just that moment of confusion on EnVyUs' side. That's the window that mousesports are looking to create with that play. So sick. And it puts some mousesports on match point now with EnVyUs on a force buy. It couldn't get any better than this, mousesports. It's on a platter. It's up to you now to stick your fork in and just start eating.
Happy taking matters into his own hands right now, going to be creeping up, but again, they have Dennis and Nico sort of holding the back line, it seems, so just making absolutely sure that there's not going to be any kind of trickery going on. In fact, all over the map, that's all they're doing right now, it's just defending.
And now again, the aggressor Nico, this time though, he is pacing himself. A little bit of a scary part where he gets right here up to the fork. He has to start worrying about a couple of different angles. He might be able to get the drop on Happy. He's worried about the right side. And then he goes right down behind him, and this time he doesn't miss. Sprays down both, and that sets it up now. mousesports, they're primed to take this round, take this map, and keep their hopes alive here in the Major.
Yeah, the heart of any Envy fan watching right now is just going to be sinking a little bit here, as they knew exactly what that meant. Double kill for Nico. He's been absent throughout this whole game almost, but now the last couple of rounds he's really stepped it up. There's Apex picking up one shot with the Max 7. More are coming though, and next will get a headshot on him, leaving NBK and Kenny trying to stay alive, but NBK knows he's getting flanked by Nico as well. There's next picking up a kill, and that's going to be it. 16-12 as mousesports put Envy out of the Major. What a game that was. I mean,
I'm sorry, I was just pumped.
Believe it. That's going to be 22 kills for Kenny, and it still wasn't enough. Envy, we know that they've been sort of searching